Hey guys, hope you're all well. My name is Jenkins and welcome to the Philly Sports Network YouTube channel. I wanted to bring something a little bit different today because I know it's Thanksgiving and the last thing I want to do is take loads of your time on a film breakdown, and I want you to spend that with your families. But I also know the Eagles have been the reason for a lot of stress this year for all of us. So here are 7 reasons why fans should still be thankful for the Philadelphia Eagles with 5 games left in the regular season. If you're new around here, guys, as always, make sure you leave a like and hit that subscribe button. We're this close to 15,000. It will be amazing if you could help us on that journey. And don't forget, we do have our official Christmas sweaters now on sale down below. Use the code Christmas for $10 off. It's the best way to support the brand and look good doing it. Okay, so he may have had a few wobbly games this season, and the wobbliest may have been his most recent one, but the Eagles have committed to Carson Wentz long term now. Fact, stone cold solid, nothing anyone can do about it. They've got a franchise quarterback, which if you date back through the years of Kevin Kolb, Donovan McNabb, and even Nick Foles and Sam Bradford, Mark Sanchez, there have been a lot of bumps along the way, but the Eagles finally have a name they can hang their hat on and build their team around. And if that's not something to be thankful for, I don't know what is. By now we can all agree that Carson Wentz is a remarkable talent, and what he brings to the table is far more than just someone that can stand in the pocket and deliver a football. The charisma, the Houdiniism, the cannon of an army, such a gunslinger, reminiscent of what we saw from Brett Favre in yesteryear. It's amazing to see that kind of signal caller in Philadelphia. Now, he isn't without his downfalls, but as is every NFL quarterback, and what he is someone that's electrifying and will keep fans wanting more, and a player that fans have always rallied around since the second he was drafted. It's a dream scenario for a team to draft a player with one of the top picks in the draft and then see him go on to sign that extension, which is more than can be said for Mitchell Trubisky, who is playing shocking right now. Forget the stats, which are still remarkable by any means, but Carson Wentz is one of the most humble people you could ever meet. Alright, you've got anonymous sources, you've got people going out on Undisputed, you've got teammates going to the media. It's been a roller coaster for Carson Wentz. Ever since Nick Foles won the Super Bowl in 2017, Wentz has had adversity after injury rehab, after yet another injury rehab, and then an offense which just completely disintegrates around him, and not once, not one time did he send out any kind of hate to the rest of the team. Not once did he throw a wide receiver under the bus who dropped a pass. Never once has he blamed his offensive line, or blamed the lack of running game, or blamed the injuries, or blamed the play calling. Carson Wentz takes it all on himself. He deflects the blame away from what's happening around him. That's a real leader, and I think that's an unquestioned leader, something the Eagles should absolutely be thankful for. And if fans aren't thankful for Carson Wentz, I would just say watch Mitchell Trubisky today, because he's not doing too hot right now. Next up is Doug Peterson. The man who brought the Eagles their first ever Super Bowl is absolutely a reason for fans to be thankful. And we can look at this year with mixed success, whether it's the play calling on offense, whether it's the call for Mike Rowe to be fired or not. At the end of the day, Doug Peterson has taken a team that's been on the edge of teetering for a while and pulled them back out of hell on several occasions. Again, look at all the noise we've had this season. It's so reminiscent of the end of the Chip Kelly era. Again, anonymous sources, for those that have forgotten in the last 2 minutes, players going out to the media. You've cut an entire 2019 free agency class. You've been without Jordan Howard for a few weeks. Every starting receiver has now been injured. The starting running back has been injured. You've dropped a lot of easy games. You've left a lot of meat on the bone, and yet the team's still come out fighting with a chance to win every game they play. It's never dead and buried after the first quarter or two, and that's because of Doug Peterson's emotional intelligence and his ability to galvanize the locker room and pull them through adversity with the culture. He encourages players to let their personalities show, and to get someone as in touch with his players as Doug Peterson is a rarity. Just look at how he's handling the Brandon Brooks situation right now. That's a reason to be excited. We can all be thankful for that. Talking of Brandon Brooks, this isn't just a man that's recovered from a torn Achilles as a 335-pound man before anyone expected. Like, we all assumed he'd miss maybe 4 or 5 games. He started week 1, has been the best at his position in the NFL arguably, and has earned a big time contract extension. Not only that, but of course he has been very open about his battles with anxiety, something which over 40 million Americans face every year. A lot of people around the world deal with it every year, along with other mental health issues as well. And you know what? It's really been a sentiment that it affects everyone. Even the biggest gladiators in the world, even someone, the elite of the elite in his position, in a league where your whole aim is to be as tough and as gritty and as aggressive as possible. Brandon Brooks is open and saying, hey, I struggle with anxiety, I didn't want to let people down, I didn't want to disappoint people after signing my contract, and had to miss the Seattle game because of it. That's upsetting, and we have to remember that athletes are humans. That's a very different debate, but the fact that Brandon Brooks can go out and say, hey, even me, a 335-pound gladiator, is struggling with anxiety and is battling to overcome it and has beaten it for 2 years en route to becoming one of the best right guards in the NFL. That's inspiring for someone that, like myself, who battles with social anxiety, or for other people who battle with anxiety or depression or bipolar or any of these other mental illnesses, especially in young men who are vulnerable and who don't feel that need to talk up and to have that conversation and to keep all those feelings to themselves. It's tough because there is such a stigma around it, and Brandon Brooks is single-handedly helping to smash that down for people in the city of brotherly love, and I could never ever be not thankful for that. That's an amazing thing to see, to be so good at what he does, to be so dominant in the NFL and still be so open with that. In a locker room of men, you never knew how they were going to react. They could have all jumped on him, it could have been mockery. They didn't. That's a tough thing to do, to stand up and say that. So fair play to Brandon Brooks. And hey, do you know what? I know the holidays are a tough time for people. Not everyone has it easy and is surrounded by the people they love for whatever reason. I know it can be distressful. If you are in our Discord server, or if you follow me on Twitter and you're struggling with mental health, my DMs are open on either, okay? Just give me a message. I'll happily give you a talk. And if there's anything I can help with, then I absolutely will. Alright, we split together. It's a nice community we've got here. We all love each other. Let's stick together. Let's just not forget about the other guys in the room here. Zach Ertz, Lane Johnson, Brandon Graham, Malcolm Jenkins, 4 guys who were cornerstones at the start of this Doug Peterson era back in 2016, who've all signed contract extensions since. They're players you can lean on every single week, except for Lane when he got concussed. But they're players you can lean on every single week to make a play. Whether it's a forced fumble, whether it's a pancake block, whether it's a sack from BG, whether it's setting more records for Zach Ertz, who is seemingly blistering his way through the NFL record, and yet he never seems to get the props he deserves. The Eagles have so many veteran playmakers on this team. You've got to be thankful for them, because they're the ones keeping that locker room galvanized, keeping people upbeat, driving them through adversity, and putting up numbers on the boards, leading by example for those younger players. That's what you want to see. You can never not be thankful for a guy like Malcolm Jenkins, who does so much community work, for Zach Ertz, who does the same, for Graham, who has given his heart and soul to this team since being drafted, and we thought was going to be the end of his career in Philadelphia at the end of last offseason, where he literally walked up and shook the hands of everyone in the media. He's back now. He's on pace for a career year. That's a reason to be thankful. Like even last week against Seattle, when the offense was so depleted, was unable to do anything, it was the defense keeping the game alive, and that's pretty cool. Next up, the Dallas Cowboys, because, well, somehow they've squandered enough opportunity to keep the Eagles within reaching distance of being top of the NFC East. So, thanks for that, Dallas. That's great. I mean, well done. I'm very thankful for that, because well done, Dallas. Well done. Ultimately, Super Bowl 52, and I don't really need to expand on that, do I? But it's a memory that every Eagles fan or a supporter of the Eagles will cherish forever. And some of you have memories of the celebration. Others will have been at the game in Minnesota. Others of you will have watched it with your family, or maybe a grandparent that was a die-hard Eagles fan and have waited 80 plus years for that moment. Everyone's got a Super Bowl moment they can cherish, and that's something that, regardless of what happens to this team this year, next year or beyond, no one can take that away. That's happened. We've got those pure, those passionate, the memories that reduced us to tears, that made us want to hug complete strangers. We've all got those now. And regardless of whether this team goes on to win another one next year, this year, or in 10 years' time, or even never again, we've got that one. And we can tell our kids and our grandkids that we saw the Eagles win a Super Bowl. We saw the Philly special. We saw the Alshon Jeffrey catch, the Corey Clement touchdown. We've seen it all. And that's never going to go, and we should be thankful for that. Finally, each other. This one is going to get a bit soppy, but by far the Philadelphia sports fan base is the most ridiculously passionate I've ever seen. And do you know what? It gets a bad rap, alright? Okay, I've had the fair share of abuse, you know. I get it, most YouTube videos and comments and stuff, but overall, like, it's a family thing. It's like everyone's sort of a big family here. And if you guys can insult each other, but if someone from another fan base dares say another word, the whole Philadelphia community is all over them. And especially for you guys specifically as subscribers of Philly Sports Network, like, I've never known a community like this to be so selfless, to engage in live streams and be so passionate about your team, so knowledgeable. Like, you keep me honest. You know, if I make a mistake, you call me up on it. But again, without you guys, there is no Philly Sports Network. There is none of this community, right? It's been amazing seeing you guys make friends and connect with new fans in the Discord server and stuff. But to know that the link sells out most weeks, to know that no matter what the situation is, the Eagles fans ride or die. It doesn't matter whether it's good, bad, ugly, somewhere in between. The passion stays the same. That fire is still fueled, and you end up making so many relationships with different people that you'd never expect. Like, you can walk down the street, say "Go Birds" to someone and have a conversation. That's rare. Not every sports city has that. Nowhere near every sports team has that. The Cleveland Browns, for instance, certainly don't. And most fan bases have plastic fans where they're just there for the ride. They don't really care about anything else. It's just the good bits and they forget the bad. This is a genuinely raw, emotional, powerful and engaging community. Whether it's Eagles Twitter, whether it's the subscribers, you guys are amazing. And from a Philly Sports Network perspective, knowing that there are so many of you that watch our videos, that take time out of your day to read my articles, to listen to our podcast, to watch these content breaks, to watch the film rooms, like everything in between, it blows my mind. And I'm so damn lucky to call you guys a community. Again, without you, there is no us. And everything we do is in your hopeful best interest. Like, if you want to see something, if you've got an idea, like you guys wanted the Jalen Mills film room, it's coming now, I promise, because you wanted it. We want to do everything we can to give you the best content we can every single day. And to know we've got that relationship where it's so genuine, it's built on that foundation where everyone wants to interact and talk about their favourite sports team, it's a blessing and a half. And I don't think I would have the self-confidence, I think the drive to do what I do without your support. Like, you've given me that belief that being me is absolutely okay, and that's what's got me to this point. And without that, I really wouldn't be here. So thank you for letting me be me, for embracing LJ and the weird and the wacky and the sarcastic and the sassy and everything in between. You guys are unbelievable, and I really don't know where I'd be without you. So I'm thankful for every single one of you, and I would go to hell and back for every single one of you who watch these videos, who support Philly Sports Network. For PSN season, I always say it's about all of us, alright? We're all involved in this. I want to see every one of you succeed. I want to see someone wearing a PSN season hoodie and go, hey, I just did a job interview and I killed it. I just got grades and I smashed it. I just got my exam results back and I got everything I could have hoped for, and I've now graduated college. Like, I want that to be the sentiment, that it's the underdogs, so we can come together as a community and just overcome whatever life throws at us. And I love that, and I never thought this would turn into that when I started this 5 years ago. So thank you for believing in me. I hope that I can repay that just in believing in you and trying to bring you guys content. You're the best damn fans on the planet. I hope you have an amazing Thanksgiving. We'll be back tomorrow for the Outside Insider podcast and a sneaky video on Saturday as well. From myself, Liam Jenkins. I'll see you soon.